curve at 2nd Avenue and a wreck there and it's stop and go from Longview. And Katie London with the tickets. Stick it up your tailpipe traffic.
Our ticker brought to you by the Don Davis Auto Group. The NBA could be back in exactly 2 months. That's the target date set for the league to resume games, according to Commissioner Adam Silver. He spoke with the NBA Board of Governors today, according to a report from The Atlantic. A survey of general managers shows that most would like to open the season by going straight into the playoffs. No word yet on when or if Major League Baseball will resume, but Rangers pitching coach Julio Rangel says he's been in touch with his pitching staff.
The stuff that, in a regular spring training, we get to see, like the live EPs and, the first couple games of, 1 inning or 2 innings,
Reporters today, Smith said it took a while, but he finally is ready to play football and prove himself. Forbes coming out with its list of the top 100 paid athletes. Roger Federer listed at number 1 with a pre-tax earning of $106 million.
Oh, hell, that would have been so bad. Come on, wake up, dude. God dang. Dumbass.
Kershaw of the Dodgers is the only Major League Baseball player on the top 100 list. He was at number 57. That is your ticker. I'm Russell Scott on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 Ticket.
Waking up and talking sports and all that implies, along with Muse in the news and the funniest cast of characters on radio. It's the Musers. Monday morning on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. 3:58. It is Sports Radio 96.7, 1310 The Ticket. It's Bob and Donnie do today. And Donnie, we've been working a long time together. And here we are today on yet another day where our country has a bleeding wound. It appears that it's, I don't know, the 15 years we've worked together, I feel like we've done more and more and more of these days. And I was listening to Dan and Jake and Danny earlier, and I heard their conversation, and I'll be honest with you, I made a run sheet today for the show about 1 o'clock, and I kind of went back to my normal, man, people don't want to deal with this, people don't want to hear it from us, and people blah, blah, blah. And that's my default setting. I'll be honest, I've been doing radio in some form or fashion for 30 years, which is very ridiculous. It also means I'm getting old. And one of my first gigs, Danny, was the summer of '94.
What's up, man?
Weeks on the air, Danny. I'm doing a show for the first time for money. I'm on the air. And the
Oh, God. You're bad luck, son.
And I'm doing a sports talk show.
Give me interference,
Felt
man.
like that was outside of my purview.
Yes.
You
Give the
know
ball
what?
back.
People don't want to deal with this. People don't
Oh,
want to
no,
hear
it's on
from
me? Son of a...
I'll let the news department handle this, and I'll talk about batting averages.
I don't want the defense, though. I'm
ERAs
just doing offense.
and mock drafts or whatever. And the older you get, the more comfortable you get in just kind of taking care of your own personal situation and stay in your lane, bro, because that's how we're all comfortable. And I want to congratulate Noon to 3.
How's everything on your end,
They had
bud?
a great conversation, and I thought more than anything, it just maybe took one of our young talents here at the station, Jake, to kind of influence me to say, man, you got a platform. You gotta, don't be one of these guys that just worries about your own situation. And I know that wasn't his message, but that's what I heard.
I don't think it's a lot about that. We wrestle with that also because we have a unique situation on this radio station where we have the meatheads on Friday at 10:50, and we decided that, no, you know what, maybe today is not today. And then now, do you just replace it with another sports segment, or do you try to tackle what's happening in the world today? And
You guys did it too.
yeah, I honestly
Good for
went
you.
back and forth, and I was had the mindset that you just did about, oh man, I just kind of keep this to myself. Of course, I will talk about this with my wife all the time.
Yeah, I mean, look, we all
discuss the issues and all that, but do we bring it here? Because sometimes a lot of people feel this about our station as a release from everything that's going on, and they want to have fun and they want to talk with their friends and be entertained. And then on the other side is this is so huge that even if you're around your other friends, this topic and this discussion will probably come up. So that's where you have to try to weigh the pros and cons of everything. So yeah, we did tackle this at 10:50 today.
Yeah, it feels... One of the big moments in our station's history was how we handled 9/11. I think one of the reasons that resonated so well is everyone kind of felt the same way about the situation. And so it did feel polar.
The political division didn't happen until much after this.
Right, but even then, it was us versus them, right? This is more us versus us. And that, no one wants to hear that, man. That's the uncomfortable thing at Thanksgiving dinner, that we just wish they would just shut up so we could get back to our pie and actually act like we like each other for a couple hours on a holiday. And I don't know, when I see this, I'm certainly not someone who feels like I have any answers, but I also am smart enough to know that a lot of people I love are greatly affected by this on a day-to-day basis, and for me to sit here in my very blessed life and say that's someone else's problem, let someone else deal with it. I guess 47 years has helped me realize how dumb that is and how ignorant it is and how unproductive is probably the right word. It's just I'm not
uncomfortable, and people don't like being some people don't like being in uncomfortable positions to have to maybe say something that may rile someone else up, and we do have the platform of a lot of people listening in, and there will be a lot of people who won't agree with what you say, and a lot of people who won't agree with what I say, or Danny, when you get in situations like this. So that's not I don't think you could couch that as being selfish. That's just human nature, man. You just, okay, you know what, I would like to have everyone just take your mind off of it and entertain and not be a part of the problem when some people may consider you a part of the problem, whether you are or not.
Yeah. Obviously, to have that preface, you actually have to have a message, and the message is simply, please count me amongst those who think this cannot continue in our country. This cannot stand. If you're wondering, how come this guy or these people haven't said a word about this, allow us on some level. And I'm not going to speak for the whole radio station, but I'm sure as heck feeling like I need to speak for myself. It's just so flat maddening how many incidents, especially involving people of color, and our hired officials, our first responders, look, I come from a cop family. I'm married into one, and at any given holiday, there might be a double-digit law enforcement, in that house. So I absolutely appreciate, their job and the difficulties of their job. But man, this country has to heal on this topic of just, honestly, how about this?
What's up?
Colin Kaepernick's message is righteous. And I've never said that on the air. It needs to be said, and it needs to be said by me. His message was a righteous message.
And his message was squelched.
Partly because I didn't want to hear it either.
what you've seen
I wanted to, save the football for football. That's on me too.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And Jake brought this up because that message was not allowed to be heard. Then you're getting the message of what you've seen in downtown Minneapolis the last 3 nights.
Absolutely. And you have other things that will cloud your judgment about that message. Because he did it during the national anthem, the message wasn't received. It was, oh, he's disrespecting the flag, so he shouldn't work anything. He should be blackballed because he's disrespecting the flag.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the message.
And that's just basically, that message is throwing a butterfly in front of a dog.
Because that's what people wanted to
Right.
see at that particular time.
And you want him to stay in his lane because he's a football player, so just play football and entertain us and shut up.
Like you need to stay in your lane and talk sports,
Right,
Bob.
right.
Yeah.
And
The
it's...
handle sports term,
And yeah.
not world affairs.
Well, and obviously the thing that happens is then we all have kids and we raise them, but we don't want to talk about these things. We certainly don't want to take a stand against our parents, because that's what we're doing, right? When we teach our kids to help change the world, what are we doing in effect? We're often telling them, my parents didn't change me enough on this particular issue that continues to be a virus in our country. And I need to do more with my kids so that my kids are absolutely part of the solution and not part of the problem.
I know.
And if enough of us do that, maybe this thing starts to move just a
Oh.
tad.
And I think a lot of people are doing that. And now we're seeing the instances of the people who aren't, because everyone has an HD camera in their pocket. And while that is sometimes we feel is a bad thing, is a good thing, because those things are coming to light. And I know we're going to come back to this later on, but I have severely had to check myself here recently because of the way you're talking about growing up. And my situation is massively different than yours, whether we all want to admit it or not. Absolutely. As far as my parents and grandparents being a part of time to where everything was just so out front as far as, hey, I don't like you because of the way you look, and I'm going to tell you, and there's nothing you can do about it, to that kind of clouding my judgment about how things is now. Yeah. And I'm seriously have had to check myself by that, because it almost makes me feel like a little naive. Oh my gosh, the world is so much of a better place. And take those glasses off to say, wow, we are really still challenged in this nation. Yes. And it is spreading. It's not stopping, even though everything is out. And you see everything that's happening when it comes to
Choose sides. I'm part of two groups that can absolutely change this. Absolutely. It's affluent white people, and it's Christians. And I'm not saying anyone listening is part of both groups, but I am. And if we would stop hiding from this issue, man, the whole thing moves. The whole thing changes. If affluent white people and Christians, by the way, that Venn diagram intersects really well. I was about to say, if we could handle our racial business, this whole thing changes, man. I mean, that's what it is, right? That's the holdup. People that claim Christ, people that claim God, can't get past the racial walls, man.
There are a lot of people who claim Christ that are on that other side.
Dude,
and use that as a veil
And
for
it
doing
makes
what
me
they're doing.
so profoundly sad. And how do I handle it? I just shut up and do something else, because it's, in reality, then I'm part of the problem if I just deal with it that way. All right, we'll come back to that later. I'm sure everybody's fired up to hear that. But up next, let's talk some football. This is Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Tick. Broadcasting live from the TXU Energy Mothership, KTCK-AM Dallas-Fort Worth, KTCK-FM Flower Mound. Here's another PSA from The Tick. Whether you're still staying at home or getting back out into the world and the workplace, The Ticket is your constant companion. Let's just get back to what we do best. Try to get back. We just need to get back on track. We need you back out there. The Ticket is your constant companion. We're talking sports and all that implies, to keep you entertained while you put on your mask, wash your hands.
Oh no, I did not see the corner. The kid Richard Sherman.
With us this whole time on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Tick. Hello, friends. Let's talk about Rosa's Cafe. Rosa's breakfast options that are so delicious. Those fresh, delicious flour tortillas.
Come back.
Man, right now, check it out. It's there for you. It is Rose's drive-thru, takeout, curbside, dine-in.
I had it. I just was late.
All available. Life is better with Rose's Cafe. You're gonna love it. It's Rose's. Check it out.
Hey, Sir Roy here, and a lot of worry going on. Understandable, but I'm staying super chill, super calm with CBD from thetrustedlab.com. And right now they're making it easier than ever to get your hands on some CBD at thetrustedlab.com. How about 15% off if you use the code CALM, C-A-L-M, CALM. Don't let all this worrisome talk keep you up at night. Helpful cream, helping my neck, helping my back. Nighttime
Damn.
I'll be sleeping like an angel. I'm all set. Relax, I'm calm. You should be too.
Fucking hell, man.
Use the code CALM,
Close.
C-A-L-M, 15% off. Be all good. Phone, laptop, it's super easy at thetrustedlab.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. It's time to get your engines running, and when your business is share of the market, now is the time to get in front of consumers directly with a high-impact direct mail campaign from Summit Direct. Summit Direct is local and ready to help your business, large or small, put your message and offer directly in the hands of your consumers. Go to summitdm.com to see how you can get up to 10% off your first campaign. Direct mail campaigns from Summit Direct get results. Learn more and get 10% off your first campaign at summitdm.com.
Macho Self-Storage is available to serve you during this unusual time. If you are at home, social distancing and organizing, call Macho Self-Storage for places stow all your extra stuff securely with consistent, experienced on-site managers, lighted and gated properties, and cameras at all locations. During this difficult time, they can do touchless rentals and they have east-side capabilities and online bill pay. Call 877-99-MACHO and ask about the Macho P1 special or civil servant discount, or visit MachoStorage.com. Tylock George Laser Eye Care is open and welcoming patients back to their Dallas and McKinney offices for health consultation. You can see better tomorrow with Tylock George Laser Eye Care. Online at Tylock.com.
All of us ticket hosts have our own HSOs on a lot of things, and we don't always agree with each other. But one thing we all can agree on is that if you even suspect your home has foundation issues, you need to call All Pro Foundation Repair immediately.
We've all called Tony Cooper and his team at All Pro at some point. He's earned our trust for delivering a quality job. That's because Tony takes every repair All Pro performs very serious. He even visits most job sites to make sure the customer is happy and the work meets his high standards. But what really sets All Pro Foundation Repair apart, though, is the variety of repair methods.
Ah, smack him in the head, see?
Foundation repair companies offer one or two methods, but there are a lot of different ways to fix a home's foundation, and All Pro offers all of them. Your home is likely the biggest investment you'll ever make. So when it needs foundation work, you want to go with the best. And in our opinion, the best is All Pro Foundation Repair. Call 877-MEAN-GREEN or go to allprofoundationrepair.com. Cars of Frisco.
We do have a couple of Dallas accidents. 635 westbound at the Dallas North Tollway, and that's starting to back up out of the High 5. Could add about 10 minutes to the drive. Westbound 30 at 2nd Avenue. There's a crash there. It's stopping up from Longview. We've also got delays at North Fort Worth on 820 east of Mark 4. Got an accident as well as some construction. And an Arlington wreck on 360 southbound at Randall Mill. That's starting to build up from Carrier and Green Oaks. About a 5-minute delay. And getting London with the tickets. Sticking up your tailpipe traffic.
Iron Ticker brought to you by Lon Smith Roofing and Construction. NBA's Board of Governors met today. Reports say a survey of all 30 general managers indicates most would want to start the season right into the playoffs. Commissioner Adam Silver reportedly told the group the league is aiming at July 31st as a return to play. It'll be another 2 weeks at least before the NFL can return to training facilities. New Cowboy Alden Smith spoke with reporters today. He's trying to make a comeback after being out of the league since 2015 with alcohol issues and a domestic abuse charge.
Anybody's willing to look deep. I never was physical with that woman, and I just want everybody to know that I don't stand for being physical with women. So I'd like to make that clear.
Texas Rangers stepping up for their minor leaguers.
Hell
The
yeah.
Rangers among several teams that will continue paying their minor leaguers a $400 a week allowance through at least the end of June. And Spain's National Sports Council confirming today that La Liga will resume play on June 11th. That is your ticket ticker. I'm Russell Scott on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. Ticket.
We're staying apart, but we know we're together. Gather around the channel on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket.
It's 4:18.
went to the film, went to the stats, went to the analytics, and kind of arrived at a somewhat similar, more studied position than I had on Dak versus Wentz.
See ya.
Is it good or bad that the comparisons are Wentz and Prescott and not Wentz and Goff, when that should be the natural comparison
Yeah.
of the two quarterbacks since they went 1 and 2? Is that saying anything bad about Goff? Or I know they're rivals in the same division, and I get that.
Yeah.
But it is weird that these comparisons are not just in this article, it's all over the place.
That's right.
It's always Wentz and Prescott, and Goff is nowhere to be found.
No, and it's interesting as well that I think Steve Palazzolo, I talked to him this morning from Pro Football Focus. I don't know if you are familiar with his work, but I think he's great. And they do a podcast with Sam Monson, and they get into discussions. And whenever they discuss the 2016 quarterbacks, they talk about, well, first of all, there are 2 groups of quarterbacks, or maybe 3, but 2 important ones, and that is top 8 guys who can be great in any situation. You know who they are. Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, and just start going down that list. Russell, Roethlisberger, there are a few other guys come and go. And then there's the next tier. So their point is twofold. The 2016 class has 3 next tier guys. None of them are top 8, could win in any situation, could win on their own, blah, blah, blah. Was Dak. 2017, Wentz. 2018, Goff. 2019, Dak. And so, who's the best from the 2016 draft? The answer is yes, according to most people that do this. It changes so much that A, it's too close to call, and B, it's definitely not static. It's just going to continue to evolve, and that shows you it's dependent on schedule strength, supporting cast, luck, all these things. And then the other more important thing is, unlike the 17 class Mahomes, maybe the 18 class with Lamar, there doesn't appear to be a guy who is a clear MVP guy, even though Carson almost won it in 17, and I think
It's
Wentz,
the ball, man.
Wentz almost won in 17. I think Dak received votes in 16, or I'm trying to remember. Anyway, it's really, really too close to call. And Benjamin Solak, Eagles blogger, but also a film guy I love, pretty much said he entered the study thinking Dak was more. And then it turned into, by the end of his study, he thought maybe Wentz by